Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I would like to talk about a potential of Steam coming to Xbox consoles in the future. Now most of you probably heard about or maybe even read the Phil Spencer's interview with Polygon a couple of days ago, where he spoke about all things Xbox, future of Xbox of course, and he also spoke about a potential of opening up Xbox platform for other stores like Steam or Epic Store, for example, right? So when I first heard about it, I was like, how would that benefit Xbox, right? At first it made no sense to me, because reality is like right now that, Xbox would not make any money off of it, right? If they allowed a Steam store on Xbox, Steam would get all the revenue, right? Would Steam be willing to share revenue? Maybe. I doubt that. Why would they, right? They are the ones that have to pay for all the bills for servers and customer service and everything, right? So, I'm not sure if that would actually work. But hey, I'm not a businessman. Maybe it would work. Who knows? So at first I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Xbox would not be making any money on it. So that was my first reaction, and actually I did see many people actually did react in the same way. I guess we are all entrenched in the current state of gaming. We've got this old way of thinking about how things work, and clearly there's some big change coming with probably next generation. We'll see how that goes. But then I listened to Xbox 2 podcast a couple of days ago, where Jez Corden and Randall Thor were talking about it too. And Jez Corden kind of convinced me that that may actually work to Xbox favor, right? Obviously it's all about the money. So the favor would be money, of course. So how would that actually work? So according to Jez Corden, Microsoft is not really so concerned about that revenue per se, that 30%. All they want to do is to sell games, whether that's on Steam or Epic Store or Xbox platform. They don't necessarily care. Obviously they still get money, and they get a lot of, quite a nice sum of money from running the Xbox Store. But I think the shift moving forward is going to be all about let's sell as many games on as many platforms as possible, and obviously let's run Xbox Game Pass, and let's make Xbox an Xbox Game Pass box maybe. So I think that moving forward Xbox will still have hardware. They're not really giving up on that, and I've got some interesting thoughts on that too. So but I'll probably share them in another video. I don't want to make that video too long, but it looks like they are more into selling the Xbox subscription, so Xbox Game Pass, which is nothing new really, right? We knew that since 2017 when they actually introduced that subscription service. But more games will be coming to other platforms too. But why would you want to have Steam on Xbox? I'm sure you're still wondering, and I'm wondering too. And Jez thinks that it's more about allowing more Xbox games on more stores on Xbox hardware too, right? And maybe it's all about bringing more Steam players to Xbox platform or Xbox console, and then while they are on Xbox, they may as well just buy some games on Xbox Store while still having their Steam library. I don't know if that would actually work, because if somebody has a huge library of games, would they do that too? I don't know. But the caveat here would be, I guess, the Xbox handheld, because that would actually change things around there, I guess. But like I said, I'll make another video about it probably tomorrow about it too, because I've got some interesting thoughts on the Xbox hardware, and yeah, I'm sure it will be way more open than it is right now. I mean, than the current hardware. So, you know, whether it would work for Xbox business-wise or not, I guess, I mean, it have to, otherwise they wouldn't actually even think about it. But you know, having that Steam library on Xbox would be actually a great idea, like for me, for example, right? And many gamers too, because you are still getting, like, imagine a next-gen Xbox having a standard Xbox system, you know, which runs games the same way like the current Xbox do, obviously, but but better in a sense of graphics and performance and everything. But you will still get your Xbox library of games running on that console. It's going to be backwards compatible, probably, because they just introduced that new team where they will be making sure that all games work, older games work on new hardware, and etc. I think. So, you know, everything is there. It's just going to be another Xbox, but you know, a huge change is going to be the fact that you will be able to open up your Steam app on your Xbox or Epic app, and in that app you would have, you know, Epic or Steam library of your games or store, and you would be able to buy these games or play these games on Xbox. And you know, it is an interesting possibility, because, you know, like for example with Steam, I've got like 250 games on Steam, I think, and you know, being able to actually play some of these games where some of these games are not even on Xbox, right? So that's actually a very cool thing to have, because you know, some games have never been released for Xbox, and now I'll be able to play these games on Xbox via Steam app. I mean, because at the end of the day, like technically speaking, Xbox and future Xbox probably too is just a PC in a small box, right? I mean, you know, if you just got rid of all that Xbox apps and Xbox system, which is still based on Xbox on Windows, and if you were just to install on a Windows operating system on Xbox Series X, you would get a normal standard PC experience, right? So it's no different, right? And you know, like, you know, running these games on Xbox would be no problem. I mean, obviously you would still have to consider the minimum specs. Not every single game would run great on Xbox, probably. You would have to play with settings. But, you know, at the end of the day, they could introduce something like Steam Deck, verified kind of program, where these games would be Xbox Series X or next-gen Xbox verified, meaning that it would offer you the best settings for that particular platform, right? They kind of optimize these consoles anyway. So these games for consoles anyway. So, I mean, for me, it would work. It would be a great thing to have. Because there's, for example, there's a lot of Xbox games that are locked to 30 frames per second. Via you know, playing these games via Steam app on Xbox, I would have unlocked frame rate, because I would have all the settings available there. I could actually play with the settings and make sure that I get the experience I want, not necessarily the developers want, right? So, you know, it's an interesting concept, and I would love this to happen, to be honest with you, right? I don't think that's going to happen this generation, especially that next gen is coming probably in 2026, so it's not actually far off. But, you know, having Steam on Xbox sounds interesting. Xbox has a mouse and keyboard support anyway, so, you know, you can use that no problem there. I mean, I guess they could introduce some form of Xbox app kind of special UI for it, and you know, make sure that you know, all the controllers works too and stuff. So you know, they could emulate mouse and keyboard with some games, you know, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, listen, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is that having my Steam library on Xbox and being able to play these games on Xbox. Sounds like a very cool idea, right? I mean, I know I don't personally necessarily need that because I've got a PC and I can play on PC, but you know, sometimes I do stuff on PC, you know, I'm rendering a video or something like that, or I'm doing some other stuff and I can't use it for gaming, so I would be able to play these games on Xbox, right? Especially these older titles, you know, that's interesting. So guys, whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. Looks like Phil Spencer is thinking about it, and if he's thinking about it, we may get it at some point in the future. So guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.